coming up is a good friend. He's a tall white. Please put your hands together for Matty Ice.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Matty Ice here, certified kickboxing coach. Yeah, I just got certified just last week. So everyone, give me 10 burpees. Just kidding. Oh yeah, I'm going to be 37 next week. And I'm still a virgin. Pretty devastating, right, ladies? Yeah, I'm also a follower of Christ, and we were just talking about him, and he said, no sex before marriage. Prick. Yeah, I'm a struggling Christian, as must know. So yeah, and I'm also just so happens to be on the autism spectrum. So I don't look at the room, I scan the room. Pretty much like a barcode. So, yeah, of course I'm going to be 37 next week, and shout out to my brother. He just turned 41 today. Yes, and he's about ready to start a vineyard in his property. Amazing how many people start their own business at age 41, like the guy from Zoom, and to the ladies, Dower, he was 41, and I'm kicking off my career. So anyway, shout out to my dad. He also turned 75 years old. Oh yeah, that guy has been through a lot of shit in his life. I mean, he was born and raised in the beautiful state of Ogden, Utah, in a farm, where childhood trauma wasn't called childhood trauma, it was just called Tuesday. Oh yeah, I mean, imagine yourself being 6 years old, you witness a horse jump over a fence, but that fence had a nail sticking out. So he jumped over the nail and it gutted like a fish, and blood, guts were there, and the horse was like, and of course they had to put it down. My dad's 6 years old. And I said, Dad, how did you ever gut over that? He shrugged his shoulder and says, I didn't. Then how did you survive that? He shrugged his shoulders again and just said, I looked at the bright side. Okay, Dad, how could there possibly be a bright side? He replies, well, 3 things. 1, I realized farming was not for me, not my cup of tea. 2, I learned how to deal with situations like that. And 3, there was more glue to the classroom. That is pure Utah optimism right there, folks. So who needs therapy when you have Elmer's, am I right? So fast forward to 16 years old, he leaves Mormonism at age 16. Oh yeah, if you read the book of Matthew, Why My Name is Matthew, chapter 7, verses 15 and 20. He reads, beware of false prophets. You shall know by their fruits. So my dad thinks about this. Joseph Smith, 34 wives. The youngest was 14 years old, and my dad just slammed that book and just said, I'm out. Folks, that was not a church split, that was a mic drop. Yep, so fast forward a couple more years, when after high school he served in the Marine Corps, so he did serve a mission in Vietnam, so he roughs it up. Oh yeah, he was force reconnaissance, swift, silent, deadly. But he was only there for it was like an hour or 2, and he witnessed another Marine blow his own brains out right in front of him. Just only an hour when he just landed there. And he was like, is that normal? And his gunner, so I was like, welcome to Nam. Happens all the time. Well, that's a welcoming committee, am I right, folks? Yeah, 18-year-olds would say, my generation will start a revolution. My dad would say, shut up, you can start a lawnmower. Yep, but my dad has taught me from that lesson, it's like, yeah, life's gonna suck, but you still gotta choose how to respond. Well, that's from a 75-year-old man, ladies and gentlemen. So, when he was 22 years old, he had a serious conversation with his mom, my grandma Wealthy. Yeah, pretty much got that name from a board game. Pretty much a name for her soul. Monopoly for her soul. So she sits my 22-year-old dad down and just says, Dave, I'm just a little concerned about you. Your aunts and your neighbors have been talking that you're not married. That would be Utah's way of saying, we think you're gay. And my mom shot her right in the eyes and said, okay, Mom, number 1, I'm not gay. Number two, a lot of guys my age got married no more than two reasons. A, to dodge the draft, and B, plain old tradition, are now getting divorced with two kids that are not even 5 yet. And of course he concludes, so Mom, I want to figure out what my life is all about before I ruin someone else's life. That is by far the most responsible 22-year-old in American history right there. 22-year-olds these days says, I found my soulmate on TikTok. So yeah, and 11 years go by, he moves into Colorado and he meets my mom. And of course the first date, the movies. 1983, Lone Wolf McGrave, starring Chuck Norris. Because nothing says romance with a few roundhouse kicks, am I right, folks? Yeah. So, of course, my dad thinks, well, if she could handle Chuck Norris, he could handle me. And so he walks her to her car like a good gentleman would, looks her right dead in the eyes. It was a romantic scene. The moon was shining, the breeze was slowly blowing, and he says, hey, Peggy, pull my finger. And my mom, bless her heart, what does she do? She pulls it, and my dad ripped the loudest romantic fart in Colorado history. Burn! Then he starts doing gunshot sound. Burn! Grenade! Burn! And my mom's like, okay, I grew up with two brothers and a dad, and I have never seen anything like this before. And that's when my dad said she was the one, and shout out to them. They'll be married 42 years in August.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna end this with this. Yeah, my grandma thought he was gay, and she was expecting a confession. Well, it turns out she got a TED talk of why he was not gay. So yeah, he was brave enough to wait until get married. He was about my age, but he was brave enough to start it with a fart. So folks, I better kick this mic off before I end it with a fart. Have a nice evening.
Matty Ice, everybody. Thank you, Matty.
You didn't get a kick out of me.
Matty's special interest is kicking people in the